Hi there. Have you heard of alopecia? If you haven't, you are missing out on critical knowledge about a condition affecting millions worldwide. Alopecia is a term used to describe hair loss, which has become a common problem amongst people of all ages and backgrounds. If you or someone you know is dealing with alopecia, then you need to hear this. I have written a book that will change your life titled Alopecia, It's a Thing. Breaking through the BS or the belief systems and how to overcome the emotional struggles associated with hair loss. Now, in this book, I reveal the little known truths about alopecia, including its causes and symptoms and the treatment options available. This book contains practical tips and advice that have helped many sufferers of alopecia reclaim themselves and their confidence. But that's not all. In Alopecia, It's a Thing, I share personal stories from people who have gone through the alopecia journey and how they beat the condition to take back their lives. Now, these stories are a testament to the resilience and strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Whether you have been diagnosed with alopecia or know someone who has, this book is the perfect guide to help you navigate your way through the condition. Alopecia, It's a Thing was written for everyone. You don't have to be a woman with hair loss to understand this book, but you must have an open mind too. If you're ready to take control of your life and regain your confidence, then Alopecia, It's a Thing is the perfect resource for you. Visit my website, alopeciaitsathing.com, and let's journey towards an, if not hairier, but emotionally healthier future together. Ancient Egyptians wore wigs to protect their shaven heads from the sun. And wigs have been worn as costumes and hairstyles for a very long time. Beeswax and resin were used to secure wigs in position. Horsehair, wool, buffalo hair, and even feathers were previously used to make wigs. In the modern day, full lace wigs offer the greatest style flexibility for all lace wig kinds. They permit the wearer to maintain a natural hairline and overall appearance. Hello, my name is Stephanie Anderson, and welcome to the Main Health Show. Today's show is all about wigs and beauty. Now, I was first introduced to my special guest through YouTube back in 2008. In today's time, there are countless videos of influencers with how-to videos, but then there was Miss Lola. She inspired many professionals, including myself, and I am so glad to have her on today's show, and I am so happy that she has weathered the test of time. Please welcome my guest, Miss Lola Scales. Hi, Miss Lola. Can you please tell us a little about yourself?
Hi, Stephanie. I was inspired at a very young age to become a hairstylist. Even before I knew what a hairstylist was, I had issues with hair loss as a young girl, and I felt the stigma of being a young girl in school with hair issues, and I'd see the other girls with thick hair, and then I had what I know now is alopecia areata, which is loss of hair in certain areas, and I was embarrassed and very timid as a child, but as an early age, I had the desire to have beautiful hair. My mom had 4 daughters and knew absolutely nothing about doing hair. And with me having that special issue of hair loss, by the time I was like 11, 12 years old, I was just doing everybody's hair who lived in the projects where I lived. During the summer, that's how I earned money to help my family by braiding hair under the tree in my front yard and pressing hair in my mother's kitchen, and it just got to be a love. So even through high school and college, where I was taking other academics, my first love was hair. When I finally completed my curriculum and became a teacher and became an art teacher, I knew that that wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a hairstylist, but my career as an art instructor and as an artist has helped me with my career because I create all the designs for my wigs and I make most of my wigs, and it has just been a glorious career that has spanned over 40 years where I have just exclusively been doing hair weaves, creating hair replacements for men, making wigs for women, and then most recently, the latter part of my career, I really focused on making hair units for men, women, and children with partial hair loss, like a lot of women have, where they are thinning on the crowns around the front hairline, like myself, and I make hair units that address those areas without someone having to wear a full wig and having a more natural hair attachment.
Can you please share some of the many services that you provide for your clients?
I offer several services to women. I will interject at this point that I retired the bigger portion of my business last year when I turned 65. Having the business having the business on the scale that it was wonderful. I enjoyed it for the 40 years, but when it was time for me to retire and take some time for myself, I was really ready to do that. So now I am partially retired. I'm never going to completely retire from doing hair because that's what I love. I'm never going to retire from making my wigs and hair units. So that's the service. So those are the type of services that I offer now. I offer hair replacement services where I will custom make a hair unit to fit a particular person's situation, and then I make the videos to show how to install that unit, and then there's still some who want me to install it for them, so I have my wig salon here in my home, and I welcome those who want to come here for my personal services. But for the most part, I'm just enjoying my retirement, enjoying on a smaller scale, working with clients to make hair units, and just really relaxing and enjoying what I love to do without the stress of having a large business.
Now, understanding your mission is to provide beautiful lace wigs, hair toppers, and accessories for women with hair loss. What do you feel is important for a woman with hair loss to know when she is searching for a hair loss solution?
A question that I'm asked very frequently by potential clients is, what kind of hair unit or wig do I need? So for me, it's very important to educate my clients, potential customers, on what is going to work best for them. So when I am giving consultations, which now I am giving more virtual consultations where I have the duo video chats where I can actually see the client, see their hair loss situation, make recommendations, and just actually do a full consultation without the client having to come here or without me having to go where they are. And it's just working really, really well. But most importantly, when I am first helping a client to decide what type of hair unit or wig that they're going to need, I want to get to know more about them. I want to know about their lifestyle, what their expectations are for a hair unit, what they expect of it.
Now, with your many years of experience in this industry, what do you feel has allowed you to stand the test of time?
I go over factors. I look at the person's lifestyle, their financial situation, because custom wigs and hair units can be costly. But like with everything else, we pretty much pay for what we get, and I make sure that my clients are getting the very best hair units that are going to last them, that are going to address their individual needs. And as far as cost-wise, I I have a wide range of hair units. All of them are quality hair units with different designs that will accommodate several budgets, because I can understand, especially with the economy the way it is now, that money and budgeting is also important. So I want to be able to help. That's why I have my grab bag. I have a grab bag of hair, which is hair that I've had left over from when I make wigs and hair units, still great hair, but pieces of hair that I throw into my grab bag, and then maybe once a year or ever so often I'll go into that grab bag and I'll put light textures of hair together and make hair units, and then sell them at a reduced price, which like a hair unit sale from my grab bag about a month ago, where I had taken 3 weeks to do totally nothing but get to my sewing machine and make hair units, and then I sold them at a greatly discounted price, because after all, these are hair pieces, hair units, lace that were left over and were just lying there, but they had the potential to become beautiful hair units for ladies who could purchase them inexpensively.
Miss Lola, you're so well known in this industry, and I have been a fan of yours for more than a decade, and most recently had the pleasure of visiting with you. When I was considering making the transition from cosmetology and integrating lace wigs into my business model, your videos were the inspiration for learning more about lace wigs and hair replacement. And for that, I want to say thank you for being that for me. And it's great to know that you are still here making a difference for those who need specialized services. Okay, so all right. This is where I ask a few questions to better get to know our guest a little better. Okay, so it's Women's History Month. Who have been some of your female role models and positive influences in your life?
The ultimate female role model for me is and always will be my mother. Through her struggles to raise 5 children on her own in a time where poverty was abundant, I watched her overcome so many adversities just to make sure that we had opportunities that she never had. So my mother is my role model. She always will be. And my mom is and always will be my role model. Her struggles as a single parent just encouraged me and empowered me to just excel in every area that I could, to always be humble, to always care for others, and no matter where I went in life, to always remember where I came from.
What are some of your fears and how do you continue to overcome them?
At this point in my life, I don't really have fears. I have apprehensions, and those apprehensions are of getting older and becoming irrelevant. I realize that there is a place and there's a time for all of us. We need to move aside for the new generations. God allows us to grow into the positions where we need to be. So there's not any situation that I feel like I have to overcome. I'm very comfortable with my lifestyle right now. My advice to anyone about following their passions and their dreams is to never give up, never underestimate your potential, show a genuine love for what you do, and if you do, you're going to get the best out of everything that you do.
What advice would you give someone who is thinking about following their passion or their dreams?
Make your passion into what others need from you. Develop a plan on how you're going to attain your goals. Follow them rigidly. Do not steer away from them, no matter what anyone tells you you cannot do. With the guidance of our Lord and Savior, I promise you that you can attain any goal that you wish to achieve. It takes devotion, hard work, and perseverance. These are just not merely things that I'm telling you just to inspire you. These are attributes that I've used throughout my 40-year career to attain my goals, to keep realizing my goals, and to hold on to my goals. If I can do it, I know that you can do it too.
Miss Lola, you are such an inspiration, and your legacy of excellence continues. It has been such a pleasure to have you here, and the opportunity to visit with you has definitely been my pleasure. Thanks for being here. See you again. This is Stephanie Anderson for the Main Health Show. Goodbye. Be blessed. Hi there. Have you heard of alopecia? If you haven't, you are missing out on critical knowledge about a condition affecting millions worldwide. Alopecia is a term used to describe hair loss, which has become a common problem amongst people of all ages and backgrounds. If you or someone you know is dealing with alopecia, then you need to hear this. I have written a book that will change your life titled Alopecia, It's a Thing, Breaking Through the BS or the Belief Systems and How to Overcome the Emotional Struggles Associated with Hair Loss. Now, in this book, I reveal the little known truths about alopecia, including its causes and symptoms and the treatment options available. This book contains practical tips and advice that have helped many sufferers of alopecia reclaim themselves and their confidence. But that's not all. In Alopecia It's a Thing, I share personal stories from people who have gone through the alopecia journey and how they beat the condition to take back their lives. Now, these stories are a testament to the resilience and strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Whether you have been diagnosed with alopecia or know someone who has, this book is the perfect guide to help you navigate your way through the condition. Alopecia It's a Thing was written for everyone. You don't have to be a woman with hair loss to understand this book, but you must have an open mind too. If you're ready to take control of your life and regain your confidence, then Alopecia It's a Thing is the perfect resource for you. Visit my website, alopeciaitsathing.com, and let's journey towards an, if not hairier, but emotionally healthier future together.